Welcome to the Cowboys versus Ninjas podcast. Today we're taking a look at the world of flash fiction and forgotten powers.
Yeah, those forgotten powers that just come roaring back to life,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And the idea of betrayal and what it means to reclaim something that's been lost, you know? We've got two really fascinating stories that you guys sent in, and we're going to dig into those.
These stories are amazing. I love reading them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're short, but they really pack a punch.
Yeah, they do. They do. All right, so the first story, Crimson Lotus.
Oh, Crimson Lotus, okay.
We're introduced to Sachiko,
Right.
who is known as the Lotus. This master Kunoichi, incredibly skilled, just top of her class, so to speak, and utterly devoted to her clan and to her master.
Right from the beginning. I mean, the way you described her devotion, it's clear that she's completely dedicated to her clan and her master.
Right.
It's like, built into her DNA or something. Like, that's her whole world. And it makes the betrayal hit so much harder.
Well, and the story really sets that up.
Right.
Like, it's mentioned, like, her loyalty to the clan had been absolute. Her devotion to her master as unwavering as the moon's cycle. Like, very poetic, but it gets that point across.
It's almost like setting the stage for a tragedy,
Right.
You're like, okay, things are great. This person is totally devoted. Everything's perfect. And then bam.
Right, and then bam, like the rug gets pulled out.
Right.
It's this devastating betrayal.
Yeah.
So she's coming back from a successful mission, and she finds her entire family murdered.
Oh, my God. What a horrible thing to walk into.
I know.
It's like, how could you even process that?
I know. And she's being framed for treason.
Of course, that's always the way, isn't it? Make the victim look guilty.
Yeah, yeah. What I thought was so interesting was how they described, like, her master's eyes, normally as warm as aged oak, were now chips of ice. It's such a great way to just show that shift.
Yeah, that's such a vivid image. You can just feel that coldness,
Yeah.
It's like the moment her whole world shatters.
Right. And in that instant, she's stripped of everything.
It's like her entire identity is just erased.
Right. Her name, her honor, her weapons. And she's she's this exile with a bounty on her head.
I mean, that's the worst possible outcome.
I know.
I mean, it's not just that she's lost her family and her clan, but now she's being actively hunted by them. It's like, where do you even go from there?
Right. Like, she's being hunted by her own people.
Right.
These people who she trusted, she trained with, like, they're all coming after her. And yet, the story does a great job of showing how resilient she is.
Right. And that resilience is what really sets her apart, I think.
Yeah.
It would be so easy to just give up at that point,
Right. Just totally broken. Yeah.
But she doesn't. There's this fire in her, this need to survive.
Yeah.
And that's what leads her to that turning point, I think, where she goes searching for this forgotten magic.
Right. Right. And it's like desperation, right? She's driven by this old wives' tale. There's this cursed mountain range.
Right. That's always a bad sign. Cursed in mountains. But, she's willing to take that risk.
Yeah. Right. And, I was thinking, it's like, it almost goes against, the traditional honor of a ninja, right?
Yeah, you don't usually think of ninjas dabbling in, dark magic and stuff.
Right, right. But she's like, look, I've got nothing left to lose, so I'm going to go see if this, old wives' tale has anything to it.
And that's where things get really interesting. I mean, this whole pact with the shadows thing, what's going on there?
I know. So it's like they described this crumbling temple.
Right. Yeah. Classic horror movie setting.
Right. Like this sense of despair, almost palpable. And then her offering her own blood. It's not like a timid request, It's like, here, take it.
Yeah. It's almost like a challenge.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's described as, like a pact not of servitude, but of cold fury given form. And then, like, the lotus blossom brand gets seared into her flesh.
So it's not like she's making a deal with the devil exactly. It's more like she's tapping into some primal force,
Right. And I think it's important to note that it's fueled by her rage.
Right.
Like, this isn't about being controlled by the shadows.
Right. It's her anger,
Uh-huh.
her desire for revenge.
Yeah.
That's giving her this power.
Exactly. And so, it makes you think about power in general.
Yeah.
Like, where does it come from?
Yeah. And does the source of the power determine whether it's good or bad? I mean, it's an interesting question.
Yeah. Yeah. So we see this transformation unfold.
Right.
She's not just relying on her ninja skills anymore. She's got these shadow powers.
Yeah, and it's not just like, oh, she can turn invisible now or something. It's like she can control shadows, create illusions. Like she's on a whole other level.
Right, and the tables turn.
Right.
Like the bounty hunters who are coming after her, they're terrified.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
They're facing something completely outside their understanding. It's like fighting a ghost,
Yeah. And there's that line, I think, where they said, They had expected a broken pup. Instead, they got the wolf that devoured the moon.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one.
Right. I know. So she's not just powerful, she's terrifying.
And she's smart, too.
Yeah.
She's not just going around, attacking everyone. She's playing the long game.
Right. So she starts, like, methodically dismantling her former clan.
Right.
And it's not just through brute force.
Right. It's all about strategy.
Mm-hmm.
She's sabotaging missions, uncovering secrets, manipulating people.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's letting them think that it's this demon.
Right. Yeah, like the one they unleashed when they betrayed her. It's brilliant, really. She's using their own fear against them.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about psychological warfare. She's a master manipulator.
Right. And so, it's almost like we're in on the joke, right, as the listeners, because we know it's her.
Yeah. Yeah, we know what's really going on. And they're just running around terrified of this phantom demon.
Right. And so her return to the keep is not stealthy. Right? Like, you think ninja, you think stealthy. It's a declaration of war.
Yeah, she's not sneaking in. She's making a statement. She's here to reclaim what was taken from her.
Right. Yeah. And then that confrontation with her master, I mean, his accusation of her shaming their ancestors. And then she's like, oh, really? And she pulls out these stolen scrolls and ledgers.
And it's not just about exposing his betrayal of her.
Yeah.
It's like she's exposing this whole web of corruption.
Right. Yeah. And he's terrified.
Right.
Like his own co-conspirator. She knows about them. And then she cuts off his sword hand.
Oh, wow. That's symbolic.
Right.
It's like she's taking away his power, his identity as a swordsman. He's no longer the master.
Right. And then by dawn, she's gone.
Right.
And they're calling her the Crimson Lotus.
It's like she's become this legend, this mythical figure.
Right. And so her clan is in ruins.
Right.
They're leaderless. Their whole plot's exposed. She got her vengeance, but the story doesn't end there.
Right.
It leaves her future open.
Right. It's like, okay, she's achieved this immediate goal.
Yeah.
But what's next?
Yeah.
She's got this dark power now. What's she going to do with it?
Exactly. Exactly. And so let's shift gears here. We're going underwater.
Right.
To this underwater ninja kingdom.
Ah, yes, the underwater ninjas. I love this setting. It's so unique.
I know. So it's a hidden kingdom, right, beneath the waves. And they've got this, this delicate peace. But then the surface world starts to intrude.
Right. The machines, the noise, the pollution.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a great way to show that clash of civilizations.
Right. Yeah, you've got this ancient, peaceful kingdom that's suddenly facing this modern threat. It's a classic conflict, but with a really cool twist.
Right. And so you've got the Elder Council who wants to appease the surface dwellers.
Right.
Like, let's just keep our heads down. Hopefully they'll go away.
Yeah, classic Elder Council move, right?
Right. But then you've got Princess Mare and Kai.
Oh, those two. They're firecrackers.
Right. Like the younger generation. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, we're not going to just sit here and let them take over.
They want to fight back, but they know they need to learn how. They need to rediscover the ways of the ancient water ninjas.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so interesting because, they're raised on these stories.
Right. The stories of these legendary warriors who could control the ocean itself.
Right. And it's almost like those stories give them permission to rebel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're realizing that their peaceful existence isn't the only option, that they have this hidden potential.
Right. And so Mare goes on this quest for knowledge.
Right.
To these deep sea ruins guarded by an octopus.
Yeah, that's a good detail, the octopus. Like, even the creatures of the deep are protecting these secrets.
Right. And she finds these scrolls, and they reveal that they were once, warriors shaped by the ocean's silent power.
That's such a cool line. I love that. It's like, they're not just merfolk. There's something more.
And so their training begins.
Right.
And it's so interesting because they move away from the traditional ninja techniques.
Right, the graceful movements, the stealth. It's not about that anymore.
Yeah, right. Like, it's all about the power and agility of marine life.
Yeah, they're learning from the sharks, the cuttlefish, all these creatures that have adapted to survive in the ocean.
Right, and even their blades become, like, extensions of the water.
Yeah, it's like they're becoming one with the ocean.
Exactly. And then the first attack, it's not by explorers, it's poachers.
Wow, those guys are the worst.
Yeah.
They're just out to exploit everything.
I know. And Mare and Kai, they respond with this chilling focus.
Right.
It's not just anger.
Right, it's controlled, it's precise.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, Kai's blade, it's like mimicking the currents.
And Mare? She's using luminous fish to create illusions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's so creative.
Right.
It's like they're using their environment to their advantage.
Yeah. But it's more of a warning, right? Like, back off. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah, don't mess with us.
Yeah. And the Elder Council, they're like, what have you done? But they're also impressed.
Right?
Right.
I mean, how could they not be? They've just witnessed the power of these ancient techniques.
Right. And so they're like, okay, you two, teach us.
Yeah, teach us how to be water ninjas.
Right. It's this huge turning point for the whole kingdom.
It's like this awakening, you know. They're rediscovering their warrior heritage.
Right. And so you see this transformation.
Right.
Like the delicate healers, they're learning to fight like jellyfish.
And the musicians, they're using their music to, like, hypnotize their enemies.
I know. I love that.
Even the shrimp keepers, they're developing these super fast strikes. I mean, everyone's getting in on the action.
Right. And it's so inspiring, right? Like it shows that even the most peaceful people can fight back when they need to.
Yeah, and it's not just about individual strength. It's about the power of the community, of working together.
Exactly. And so the poachers return.
Right.
Bolder, more weapons.
Yeah, those guys don't give up easily.
I know. But the water ninjas are ready.
They've been training. They're prepared. And this time, it's a real fight.
Right. And Mare is at the center of it all.
She's like this force of nature, you know, controlling the currents, wielding her blades with this incredible precision.
Yeah, like a blur of motion, they call her.
It's like she's become the embodiment of the ocean's power.
Right. And they win. The humans retreat.
Yeah, they learned their lesson this time. Don't mess with the water ninjas.
Right. And you've got this great image of the wreckage on the ocean floor.
Right.
Like the remains of their advanced technology.
Yeah, it's a symbol of their defeat, but also of the power of the water ninjas. They defended their home.
Exactly. But the story doesn't end with, happily ever after.
Right. Right. There's this sense of unease. Mare is different now. She's not just a princess anymore.
Yeah.
She's this powerful warrior.
Yeah.
And that power, it comes with a price.
Exactly. So we've got these two amazing stories.
Yeah, they're both so different, but they share this common theme of transformation.
Right, like Sachiko embracing the darkness, the water ninjas embracing their warrior heritage.
Just like they're both forced to confront these hidden parts of themselves in order to survive.
Yeah, yeah. And it makes you think about power.
Right.
Like, what are the costs?
Yeah, and where do we draw the line, When does power become too much?
Right, and then there's the betrayal, right? Like, that's such a key element in both stories.
Yeah, and it's interesting how it manifests differently in each one. For Sachiko, it's personal. It's about revenge.
Right.
But for the water ninjas, it's more about protecting their home, their way of life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like two sides of the same coin, right?
Exactly. And it shows that betrayal can be a powerful motivator, but it can also lead to some pretty dark places.
Right. So what do you think? What resonated with you in these stories?
Well, for me, it's the resilience of the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, they both go through so much pain and loss, but they never give up.
Right.
They find a way to fight back. And that's really inspiring.
I agree. And it's not just about physical strength. It's about mental and emotional strength, too.
Yeah, and it's a reminder that even when things seem hopeless, there's always a way to overcome adversity.
Exactly. And so we want to know what you guys think, like what questions do you have? What are your thoughts about the future of these characters and their worlds? Maybe we can explore those in our next episode. Until then, keep those stories coming, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, keep sending us those amazing stories. We love reading them, and we can't wait to see what you come up with next.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.